They didn't use guns. They didn't wear masks. And yet, they pulled off one of the biggest heists in British history, stealing the equivalent of $70 million in today's money from a moving train. This is the story of how a group of ordinary men, a gang of ex-soldiers, mechanics, and small-time crooks, planned the perfect robbery, and why it all fell apart in the most unexpected way. Don't forget to hit subscribe, and let's dive in. It was August 8th, 1963. The Royal Mail train was traveling overnight from Glasgow to London, carrying millions in cash. Inside, the mail bags were stacked high with banknotes, some old and due to be replaced, others brand new. But what no one on that train knew was that 15 men were waiting for it in the dark, near a quiet railway bridge in Buckinghamshire. The mastermind was Bruce Reynolds, a charming thief with big dreams and expensive tastes. He'd spent months gathering a team, men with military experience, drivers, and even a man who used to work for British Rail. Their plan was simple but brilliant. They would change the signal light from green to red, forcing the train to stop. Then they'd board the train, knock out the driver, and take the mail bags filled with cash. No guns, no killing, just precision. At 3 a.m., the train stopped, exactly where they wanted it. The gang rushed out of the darkness, their torches cutting through the fog. Driver Jack Mills tried to see what was wrong, but before he could react, he was hit over the head with a metal bar. He survived, but the robbers now controlled the train. They unhooked the carriages and moved the engine to a nearby bridge, out of sight. Then, working in silence, they loaded 120 mail bags filled with cash into waiting trucks. The entire operation took just 30 minutes. When they drove off into the night, they left the police completely confused. A stopped train, missing millions, and no witnesses. The gang retreated to a farmhouse called Leatherslade Farm, 25 miles away. There, they counted the money, £2.6 million, worth over $70 million today. They celebrated, playing cards and drinking champagne. But the celebration didn't last long. One of the gang made a fatal mistake. They were supposed to burn everything, gloves, bags, fingerprints, before leaving. But they didn't. When police found the farmhouse days later, it was full of fingerprints and clues. Within weeks, the police had names. One by one, the robbers were caught, some in the UK, others hiding abroad. In 1964, 11 men were sentenced to 30 years in prison each, one of the harshest punishments in British history. But the story didn't end there. Some escaped, like Ronnie Biggs, who broke out of prison and fled to Brazil, becoming a global celebrity. He lived free for decades before finally returning to the UK to serve the rest of his sentence. The Great Train Robbery wasn't just about money. It was about greed, genius, and the illusion of a perfect crime. They proved you could plan every second. But one small mistake, a single fingerprint, can bring an empire of thieves crashing down. So hit that subscribe button for more crime stories.